G'day, I'm Kevin, a retired Australian living my life here in Chiang Mai. But burning season is approaching in the north, so I'm going to jump on a train and head south to escape the smoke. This is my journey. This is 52 weeks. I am on the ferry to Butterworth. Farewell Penang. So I am crossing over from Georgetown to Butterworth, where I will be catching the train to Ipoh. It was a pretty pleasant ferry ride across. Not a very long one. That's Penang, Georgetown, Penang over the other side there. Yeah, but I'm in Butterworth. Got plenty of time to get to Ipoh, so I'm just taking it easy. Okay, I am at Butterworth railway station. Have my ticket, and I am waiting patiently for the platform to open. Then we're on the way. It was a bit of a wait, an hour by the time I got here. Didn't time my ferry crossing very well. Nevertheless, I'm here and I'll be on the way soon. I am on the train. Very well signed, so I'm certain I'm on the right train. And we'll be underway in about 5 minutes. And in the blink of an eyelid, just over 2 hours, 2 hours and 2 minutes, we are in Ipoh. All right, that was a pretty easy trip, just a couple of hours on a commuter train. I am here in Ipoh. I think I'm going to just settle into the room and then grab something to eat for lunch, have a bit of a late lunch, and get the lie of the land around the hotel, and then, you know, have a quiet night and go out exploring Ipoh tomorrow. Well, I've done reasonably well, I think. This looks like a very comfortable room. I got upgraded, apparently, so that's good. Always like an upgrade. Yeah, it's home for the next 4 nights. Ooh, nice bathroom area. Excellent. It is tomorrow. Don't you believe it when they say tomorrow never comes, because today is tomorrow. I'm back at the Ipoh railway station, which is where I arrived yesterday. and coincidentally where the Ipoh Heritage Walk starts. So that's why I'm here. I'm going to do the walk today. They say theoretically you can do it in 2 hours, but my plan is to be very leisurely about it. Spend most of the late morning and early afternoon having a wander, I think. So off we go. But before we get on with the Heritage Walk, while I was at the railway station, I was just checking about some onward travel, and I noticed something interesting on the other side of the tracks. So I decided I'd do the 30-minute detour to have a look. That is the railway station over there, and on the other side I spotted this, which is a Hindu temple. That was worth the walk, I think. Quite a nice temple, and doesn't get very many tourists by the look of it, because there were no signs telling you to take your shoes off. I did have a wander in, but it didn't seem like the sort of place they would like you just wandering around taking videos, so I just enjoyed the space myself. And now I'm heading back. Well, it looks like I've discovered the bus station as well. The things you find when you're just wandering around. Okay, we are back to the Ipoh railway station and the Heritage Tour. That was quite an interesting little detour. You're never quite sure what you're going to find when you just decide to go somewhere which isn't a major tourist attraction, but it's always worth having a look, even if you see nothing much at all. Checking the map, they all look like they're pretty easily within walking distance. In fact, the first three I can see from standing here at the railway station. They're all just within sight from here. So first of all, there is the War Memorial, which is just in front of us here, and then across the road is the Town Hall, and then down the road a little bit further is the High Court. So let's get underway. This War Memorial was originally intended to be a memorial to the First World War, but as happened all over the place, the wars just kept coming, and so this is including the Second World War, the Malay Emergency, and a whole other range of wars, where this memorial pays tribute to people who died as a result of those conflicts. And it is just across the road from the Ipoh Town Hall. Just behind me here is the Royal Ipoh Club, which is one of a few buildings along the road near the railway station, and it faces onto the road on the other side, but on this side it faces onto this enormous playing field, which at the moment is set up for soccer, or what they would probably call football here. But as an Australian, I don't do that. But apparently this field gets used for all sorts of sporting events. So it's well placed, backing onto this field, the club. They would have a good view of what's going on. Well, so far the stops are mere meters apart, which is why I haven't been talking too much. I haven't shown you everything either. But yeah, they're really close together. It's quite an easy walk. And lots of signs telling what the buildings are and their history. So, worth doing, at least so far. So, the internet told me that the trail would be marked by these yellow steps which have appeared, so hopefully they'll stay. I won't have to continue to refer back to my phone to see where I am. But even if they don't, it's actually not too difficult to find your way around. It's just a bit of juggling for me between camera and phone. I have been walking for a little while and it is time for lunch. So that was very nice. At nasi goreng ayam, which is fried rice with chicken. So that was very nice. And I had some sort of sweet, soupy, drinky concoction, which was sweet, but also very, very nice. Very nice indeed. I would be tempted to eat there again if if I'm in the area. Very nice. Looks like I'm entering a tourist area. And here we are at the clock tower, which is the final stop on this curated walk of Ipoh. I've actually really enjoyed it. It's well signed, sometimes a little bit tricky to find your way around the place. The yellow steps are sometimes there and sometimes not. Sometimes they're being pulled up and replaced with more modern materials. But with a bit of fortitude you can figure it out and walk your way around. I really enjoyed it. It's a nice way to get through town, see some of the sights, get a feel for a bit of the history. So I would recommend that if you're in Ipoh, you try and do the heritage walk. It's not too hard. All of the stops are not that far apart, and it's a nice way to see a bit of the town. I am having a quiet day today. Just organised my travel onward this morning, so that's all sorted out. I'll book some accommodation when I get back to the hotel this evening. Had a nice wander in a bookshop that was a bank, which was interesting. I'll take up books kind of in vaults and things. It's a cool idea. And had a nice chocolate. And now I'm just having a bit of a wander down Concubine Lane. This is kind of a tourist attraction, and it looks like it. Yesterday when I walked past, there were kind of busloads of tourists following people with flags on sticks. A bit more peaceful today, so I decided I'd come for a wander through. It is a Monday night, and I've had a wander into the old city part of Ipoh just to grab a couple of beers and maybe something to eat. It is actually pretty quiet here. There's more going on near my hotel, which is about 15 minutes that way. But of course there are places where you can grab something to eat and grab a drink. So I've managed to do that. There's some rain forecast for tonight. I did get caught in a rainstorm last night. And I think everything's just about dried out from that. So I don't think I'll be waiting around for the rain tonight. I'm going to head back to the hotel and just relax for a while. Had some nice cheesy nachos for dinner, which was good. Yeah, everything's pretty quiet, so I'm going to head back to the hotel, maybe do some video editing or something, not sure, and be ready for my last day in Ipoh tomorrow. According to my weather app, we are in for some storms today, and the skies are pretty overcast at the moment. So I'm not going to go too far afield, just have a wander around the community in which I'm staying, maybe get some biscuits, who knows. Yeah, so just have a wander. Theoretically the rain's going to clear tonight, so I might head into town and get something to eat for my final night in Ipoh. Well, if I walk far enough I'll get to Kuala Lumpur. But I don't think I'll be walking that far. Not today, at least. Well, the skies have cleared a little. So I've gotten a little adventurous and made my way to this recreational park, which has lots of sporting facilities and walking ways. So I'm having a bit of a wander around here. The journey here took me through some of the burbs of Ipoh, so got to see a bit of the countryside. Tried to get in a bit further up the roadway, but I was just entering a car park for some other reason, which didn't have an entry to here. But the car park attendant was very helpful, pointed me in the right direction. And here I am. It's a nice enough spot. Come and escape the city a bit. A little shed I've just walked past, which has and bicycle riding instruction available. I suspect they bring young kids out here so that they know the road rules and stuff when they're riding their bikes on the streets. And places where you can hire a bike to ride around the park by the look of it. Okay, that was a pleasant diversion. And I'm going to make my way back through the burbs to my hotel now. So that's it for this park. Good morning. I am at the Ipoh railway station because the time for me in Ipoh is at an end. I'm here to jump on a train to Kuala Lumpur, which is not very far away in time. I've really enjoyed my stay here in Ipoh. It's a nice little town. I enjoyed doing the heritage walk and wandering around and having a look at the town. There is more to do. There's lots of day trips you can do out of Ipoh, which maybe I'll come back and explore further one day. But yeah, for me in Ipoh, that's it. And I will catch you in Kuala Lumpur. Thanks for joining me on my journey. I really appreciate your company. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video and you're not subscribed, you might like to consider doing so by clicking here. Or if you just want to see something else I've made, click here and that will take you to another video. And if you're really feeling like a binge, click here and that will take you to one of my playlists. Hope to see you on the road again soon.